and welcome back. Hope everyone is energized before we move into the first session. First up, we have a crucial talk session that dives into the evolving landscape of food safety and e-commerce. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Mr. Srinivas KR, VP and Head Quality Assurance at Metro Cash and Carry India Private Limited to the audience. He holds a master's degree in dairy biomicrobiology, focused in dairy science from the University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. He is also proficient and skilled in food and beverage operations management, retail, pricing strategy, and team building, and is a veteran in the wholesale industry. I would now request Mr. Srinivas sir to the dais. Please give a round of applause. We'd like to continue the discussion around food safety and quick commerce through a panel discussion, for which I'd like to request Mr. Srinivas to moderate the session. I'd like to introduce the panelists. Firstly, Mr. Ananta Padmanabh, National Head Quality Assurance at Big Basket, a food technologist with 26 years of experience in food safety, QA, and private label development. His core strengths lie in his passion for practical processes, supply development, and continuous improvement. I'd like to invite Mr. Ananta Padmanabh to the stage. Next, we have Mr. Shekhar Savant, Senior Director, Food Compliance and Regulatory Affairs, Zepto. He brings 25 years of experience across food safety, QA, manufacturing, and supply chain. He has led key roles at major brands like General Mills, Yum Brands, and Flipkart, now driving compliance in the fast-paced quick commerce sector. Please welcome Mr. Shekhar Savant. And lastly, I'd like to invite Mr. Amit Datta, Associate Director, Agri-Food and Nutrition, Frost & Sullivan, MEA SA. With 14 years of experience across South Asia and Africa, this expert has led strategic advisory in food and agri-businesses, focusing on market, value chains, and food security. He has worked with governments, multilaterals, and investors on projects spanning agri-inputs, animal protein, and processed food. Please put your hands together for Mr. Amit Datta. Thank you all. The stage is now set for our industry think tank to share their insights on the critical intersection of food safety and quick commerce. Mr. Srinivas, the floor is yours to continue this important discussion.
Good morning, everyone. Not that I want to know your age, but how many people actually are born after 2000? Interesting. I see Balkumar sir also. Okay, you have the audience. I think the split is there. How many actually order online or don't order online? Don't order. Only one. Okay, fine. So again, actually, it's split. So very interesting. I think this session actually we have been conspiring actually from quite some years now. This e-com actually is always a very, very interesting topic. I am the actually odd man out. I am into wholesale and offline. So they are actually the eminent speakers. So thanks for all your time. And thanks, Harika, for making this session to happen. So coming to actually all the entire actually segment, do you have a rough guess about actually how much is an online business today? Anybody? I'll start with 100 billion. Take a guess. It's 125 billion today, $125 billion. So by 2025, it's going to scale up to 2035, it's going to scale up to 550 billion. So it's a massive segment. So when we started Metro, I think we were the actually first to start in Bangalore. We were hardly anything, and then still today also, we are just scratching the surface. We are actually 32 stores actually across the country. And now we are partnered with Reliance, but yeah, we have a wide network now after partnering with Reliance. But otherwise, retail actually has always been very slow, but now the pace in which it is going, as you all know, I think 99.99% except Dr. Prakash, everybody said that actually you order online, and everything is ordered online, right? And within this e-com, the fast-paced nature of actually the 10-minute delivery is actually something actually which is very, very interesting for all of us now today, right? So we'll go through this session, just cooperate. I'm also equally illiterate actually in the e-com business, not like the way our eminent speakers are there, but we'll just go through this session actually, and then maybe we'll just open up for 5 minutes because paucity of time. So bear with us. We will look through this food safety concept actually, how we can bring in. I think everybody will have some or the other questions in the entire session, but hold it. We are also available, people are available actually for networking later on. But just actually to give an insight, they will all speak actually individually. I will just take the questions as we go along. So to start off with actually, Anand, maybe I'll say, if you don't mind. Yeah. So from your perspective, Anand, I think just to start off with, so it's an inventory model, what you have. And currently you handle a wide gamut of products. And especially in this, one of the important actually or interesting thing, even for me in wholesale, is on the ultra fresh perishables. So when it comes to e-com, so what are the ways in which actually you handle this entire segment, and especially to connect to the last mile? It must be very, very difficult. I'm clubbing this question a little bit actually so that it makes it very interesting for the audience also. The entire farm to fork approach, if you can give a gist of it, and especially on the ultra fresh perishables like fruits and vegetables, meat, fish, how do you handle this?
Good morning all. So I represent Big Basket. I've been working in Big Basket from last 7.5 years in quality assurance and compliance. So Big Basket in 2011 started as a food grocer. It's an online supermarket. I will tell that it's a supermarket, but it is online. So people go for shopping to the mall or a supermarket store just to pick up. The extension is delivering the grocery to household at their will. Actually, initially it started like we used to have a larger DCs, we used to call it as a mother DC, at 1 or 2 in the bigger cities to cater to the entire city. The order used to be placed today, it used to get delivered to day after or tomorrow based on the total logistics and other things available. So of late after COVID, the quick commerce has taken pace, and many of new entrants have directly entered into quick commerce. We were doing still, that time we used to call it as a 5K stores, 5,000 articles in different sections of the city or different zones of the city, wherein also we used to take half a day, minimum 2 hours to deliver. So onset of quick commerce, like within 10 minutes delivery, we also plunged into that category from last 2 years. But even though it is quick commerce or a slotted delivery, food safety is the same. So coming from the point of farm to fork, if you ask me for fruits and vegetable, we have different kinds of sourcing. One is national sourcing for all the larger vegetables and onion, potato, apples, other things, mangoes and other things, seasonals, grapes, as a national sourcing where it is sourced. It is sourced through, it is not actually contract farming, but it is having a contract with the farmers, and also our agronomists also will be visiting. They also given the app with the farmers, what is their package of practices, when the material will be ready for harvesting, everything will be captured, and we do sourcing at each location, and it is stored at required temperatures of either it's a third-party cold storage hours, then it will be transported nationwide for all the national sourcing articles. Mm-hmm. Coming back to the fresh vegetable, fruits and vegetable, we are having more than 70 collection centers across the country, wherein we have put up a collection center, wherein all the farmers are registered. I think we have registered more than 30,000 farmers. Our agronomists also visit each farm on a daily basis or as per the frequency. They have the visibility of their package of practice, their yield, when it is ready for harvesting and other things. And also farmers also registered, they will be having a know-how of the pricing. Mm-hmm. They come and deliver immediately after harvesting, they come to our CC, we call it as a collection center, and deliver the goods there. Actually it is done, the GRN is done. we have used some technology, how it is done actually, GRN is done, how it is actually accounted and other things. Initial level of grading, everything happens there. Then it is moved the same day. If it is harvested 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it comes to CC at 10. By 3, 4 o'clock, it will be at our mother DC, wherein it will be going through the sorting, grading, or packing, whatever it is. By night, it will be at our dark stores. What we call it as now, we call it as BBN store, BB Now stores. Unlike earlier, we had 15, 20 in covering larger area of zone. Now we are setting up a smaller stores wherein it will cover only 2 kilometers radius.
Okay.
So that is where we could able to achieve 10 minutes. I think if you ask me, from harvest to the delivery point, it will take maximum 24 hours. It will be in the household. Coming back to other ultra fresh articles like meat and other products, we are engaging in many of the areas. We are engaging farms, wherein from chick placement to nutrition to bird processing, everything happens under our control. We are trying to put traceability network also with GS1. So that is there. Once it is coming back to our DC, only repacking happens to the desired levels of cutting and other things. Then we have a cold storage at all our DCs. So it is stored there. The temperature is maintained. From there it goes in a contra box wherein gel pads at a required number of gel pads are put and temperature is maintained. And in the smaller farmer stores, we are not put a bigger cold rooms. For meat and other products, we have put a cold rack, because frequent opening of a cold room, temperature drops or temperature
cold rack.
Cold rack.
Okay.
It is a multi doors actually.
Okay.
You have a small cabinet like a pigeonhole. So it is completely induction based cold racks where we store and FIFO is maintained. From there, products are taken for the delivery. So for all the critical articles, the delivery goes with the insulated bag and also the gel pad.
Okay.
And for dairy and meat, dairy and other articles, it coming from each vendors in a insulated or a reefer vehicle.
Right.
That will get delivered to each of the stores for a replenishment. From there it goes to household. This is how we maintain the cold rack.
Brilliant. So I think inventor model, I have actually been through this warehouse and CPC, all these things. It's actually always very easy to handle because you have a direct control.
Correct.
But when it comes to a dark store, so I think that's where I want to bring in Shekhar. Basically with a 10-minute delivery, now actually everybody's expectation, right from a mobile charger to any food article, it's always been actually with the 10-minute delivery. And we have got used to it now. So when it comes to dark stores, so I know, the kind of challenges it goes through because of the manufacturer, storage, practices, everything. So it also gets into a lot of cross-contamination. So a lot of work is there for us as food safety professionals. So how do you handle this dark store concept as such? Do you find, for me, sitting at the backside, it's always very challenging. It's difficult. So how do you look at it?
Yeah. So Srini, as you rightly said, it's quite challenging because mostly the business wants to implement these stores in high density areas, and
right.
From there only the challenge will start. There will be having different kind of challenges with respect to vehicle loading, unloading, riders, as well as right kind of a product should reach out at the right kind of a time over there. For example, as earlier said, whenever it is a fresh products, we may expect that there should be different kind of a delivery slots that should go over there. So we need to tackle these particular kind of things at different locations over there. Once we identify this location, the next part which we are addressing over there is with respect to right kind of a planogram, which we...
Yeah, a little bit typing up, yeah. Maybe I think for the audience.
Yeah, so basically after that it will start with the right kind of a planogram, how customers are looking towards the app, how they are placing the orders. Once they place the order, then whatever pick list is getting generated, that also should in a proper kind of a way, either it is in terms of products in terms of first in, first out, expiries, in
Yes.
terms of right kind of a temperature, avoiding cross-contamination while picking, while packing it for the customers, while delivering it to the customers. There are different kind of scenarios which we need to look towards it. Parallelly, we are also taking support from the tech. Right. So while tech or while designing these supply chains, mostly these are working on LBH model, that is length, breadth, and height. So in these smaller areas, we may not be having each locations for each and every products over there. Then we may need to categorize products as per the super category, as per the subcategory, or as per the SKU level over there. Might be two kind of a different brands biscuit, which is having similar kind of a expiry date or similar kind of a month of manufacturing, that may go into the one place, and ideally the same lots will get pick up for these particular orders. These kind of things we are doing it over there. Parallelly, the another part or most challenging part is the picker packers or the workforce which is coming up over there. They are all Gen Z, as you rightly said, who are the peoples after 2000s. In earlier, before 2000s, peoples were having time. They were spending one day for trainings and other things. Now these Gen Z peoples are expecting within 30 seconds, I should know entire things over there. Right.
Yeah.
So that kind of a things we are driving different kind of a training models as per the requirements. So we used to call it as a micro learning kind of a platform, where within 30 seconds, what are the mandatory things that we need to keep it for the peoples. Then again, it should be driven as per the audiences, right? The things which needs to be known for the packer, he will know only that thing as of now. Riders, it is going to be with the riders only. So these kind of a training models, we are doing it over there. Parallelly, there are.
So you also train the stores, dark store people as well?
Yes, we often trains. Plus, let's say each and every peoples are having their own apps. If I am starting my job for today, I may get pop-up with my today's training module over there.
Okay.
So this training module might be coming only for the expiry control. If my current challenge with respect to expiry, so that we will just release that training model. He will go for this 30 seconds training. After that, they will be asking for a couple of questions. What is FIFO? Whether I can deliver this product after expiry, or these smaller questions, which will be understood by the peoples who are not technically too much sounds. And then we are capturing their understanding. We are planning to develop furthermore, strengthen our training models based on these particular things. At most of the part, again, the challenges may come up with respect to the language barrier. Currently, we are having 73 base in 73 cities.
Okay.
So we can't go with 100% English kind of training module over there. We may need sometime Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, and all that kind of. So there also we are planning to develop. And all these new challenges are totally new, as we were earlier discussing. These are totally new. We are learning, industry itself is a learning from these kind of things. Either it is consumer, either it is regulations, either it is customers, speakers, packers, or business altogether.
Right.
So that's how we are learning, and we are planning to implement all this food safety over there without compromising anything on the safety. We are delivering product without compromising anything with the safety or regulatory compliance.
Just a general question. Based on the inventory model versus a dark store, what's your easy take?
Basically, these both are same, if you ask me. Inventory model is a larger kind of a warehouse.
Now, in terms of control, what I meant was
In terms of control, inventory model is better.
Better,
actually.
right?
Yeah,
And, yeah,
inventory
always.
model is better.
Right.
Because we will be having, we will be mostly having time over there to look after. And as inventory model is hardly almost 8 years old, however, quick commerce is recently starting.
Right.
But definitely it is having speed for implementation, for understanding consumer behaviors, challenges, and other things. So this will also get settled down very soon.
Very good. Thanks, Shekhar. So, Amit, I mean, like, just to, I mean, like, how much of stress they go through in this fast-paced to maintain the food safety. From your organization, as we see, the global agriculture and nutrition industry is going a rapid transformation. So, in terms of increasing food safety regulation, whatever, I mean, like the stringency which is coming in, of course, I see still actually it's an evolving thing for the e-com. How does your data, I mean, like prove that you are enabling these two industries in terms of maintaining the food safety, or what can you contribute in terms of making the food safety regulations or in a white paper, whatever it might be? Your thoughts, please.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, I would like to thank the food safety uh, team, food safety works team for inviting me for this panel discussion. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be among the panelists. And although I'm not from a food safety background or from a background where all the eminent speakers are from, I'll give my 2 cents into it. So basically, what we do on behalf of different clients or different food, because at one end you have the e-commerce players, right? E-commerce or quick commerce players, and then you also have the food companies, food and beverage companies who are providing the products to this to the quick commerce or e-commerce segment. Now, first thing is to enlighten them about how the industry is growing as compared to the growth otherwise worldwide. And if we see quick commerce and e-commerce in India is growing at a much faster pace than the Western world as well, because it has basically it has grown the pace after COVID, where people have are more conscious about the time of delivery. And earlier the formats were not available because nobody has. In fact, it was a disruption which came in place, and then people the supply chain disruption which came in place, and when people started looking at the quick delivery models and e-commerce model, and that's where I think the entire growth story has been for e-commerce.
Right.
So that's one thing, and in that, what also needs to be looked at is how the food companies are innovating their products. Either from the shelf life aspect, you can do a lot of improvement in the packaging,
Right.
which also helps the e-com or the quick commerce companies to basically ensure that the product has at least a shelf life. I think even the FSSI has brought in some regulation that you should at least have a shelf life of 45 days or 30% of a shelf life till it reaches the store, so that there is no challenge otherwise. Secondly, looking at the best practices globally. What are the global best practices in the e-com and quick com space? What are the players, what they're doing? Although Indian geography is different because the population here is much larger than the other geographies. I think that is also another area which we look into. And thirdly, we look at different D2C, direct-to-consumer models. And what are the challenges which can be there for the quick commerce or e-commerce segment, and how those could be resolved. So, for example, a country relied or somebody like who are also in the quick delivery space entering largely. So they also face a lot of challenge in terms of ensuring that it's being delivered within, say, they say that it's 14 minutes, but if you see the delivery sometimes take up to 30 minutes because obviously they don't have currently the dark stores concept. So I think on that side also a lot of improvements needs to be done. But as Shekhar has mentioned, because it's very, quick commerce is at a very nascent stage in India. But if you look at that, the kind of growth it has taken, I think it will take time, but within time all these challenges will be, we are quite sure that the challenges will be handled equally well as has been handled for the e-commerce space. And when Flipkart first started with the e-commerce segment, it was only books. First it started with books and then diversified into other segment. But till the time you are not in the FN, food and grocery, which is actually almost 60% of the overall, even in the retail, you will be knowing better than me, that it consists of more than 60% of the overall share.
Right.
So I think that's very critical for any player to look into the food safety aspect, because the food and grocery itself is such a largest chunk, and even if there are certain minimum compliance issues which come across, it puts into the light, because it's a food safety which is a essential good for every consumer. So you have to be knowing about what are the regulations happening globally as well as within the region, within India, and that's what we work along. At the same time, from the consumer point of view, we also come up with various insights in terms of what are the consumer looking for.
That will be interesting.
From the quick commerce point of view, from e-com perspective, what are those innovations they're looking at? Are there any challenges which they're facing? So all those insights, and I think even food safety works, I think I would be delighted to look at the insights of their the label, because again, label plays an important role, right? So earlier people never used to see the nutrition labels, But after the food farmer and there are a lot of revolution which has come in place, everybody is looking at what is the sugar content, what is the, not only the sugar content, even we are speaking, companies are also looking at the star-based kind of a rating where you are we are rating the food based on the nutrition levels.
Yeah.
So I think those are the things which we enlighten the, both the, I think the companies, F&B companies, also look, e-commerce players
That's
as well.
interesting.
Yep.
Thank you. I mean, like again, coming on to you, Anand, I think it's a first round actually, which went on about the A to Z of everything. Maybe some specifics just for our audience also to know about it. The last mile delivery is actually one of the key aspects, actually, especially for you. And like the way Shekhar said, a lot of trainings and these kinds of things actually are very essential. When you handle BB now or anything, actually, whatever the products actually which are need to be in a 10-minute delivery, how do you look at food safety impacting there, and what's the kind of roles and responsibilities we have as food safety professionals in terms of actually implementing the best standards? Because normally for a layman, I mean, like at least for the audience sitting here again, yeah, delivery must be one of the most sensitive segments, right? The last mile delivery. So how do you, I mean, like at least enrich us with how do you handle the food safety aspects there, the last mile delivery? Yeah.
So last mile delivery, like any food products getting delivered to household within 10 minutes is a big challenge actually. So once we receive only, we come to know, oh, I got it within 10 minutes or 7 minutes. But lot of technology or lot of innovations have flown into it actually. So as soon as you place the order on the app identify your location and immediately triggers the store which is mapped to that user, and immediately a picker will pick the product and it is given to the rider.
Yeah.
So there is one more technology called rover which will actually assign the rider and also give the shortest, usually everything is mapped to shortest route, so that it is delivered within the 10 minutes. That is one of the key USP of a company, like we have to deliver within 10 minutes. So in this, up to the stage of replenishment and keeping the product at the right temperature or right manner, ensuring that enough shelf life is there in the product. So everything acts like similar retail store, offline retail stores.
Okay.
Only delivery, I mean to say, it is more of a tech-based. Even replenishment is also like when the product comes to the main DC, we check the product quality, safety, or labeling requirement, whether it is having a proper labeling, and also enough shelf life is given. The FIFO is maintained at the DC. Same thing is continued to the dark stores.
Right.
So majority of the things fall in place once you do screening at the main DC, then flowing to the dark stores. From there, picker job is to just to pick and deliver. Majority of the dry food or any other non-food will go in a, now people want, it's a people demand that they want it in a brown bag or a paper bag that is getting delivered. Except the chilled and frozen will go in a gel pack in an insulated bag. So by design, each stores we have mapped so that it will not take more time. The concern if it is getting delivered late or if temperature is failing. So that zone is mapped for 1.5-2 kilometers. Above that it will not take. That is where the challenge comes in opening many number of stores within the locality, so that it can be delivered within 10 minutes. Like he told, like each a rider or a picker or whoever is there inside the store are well trained. We have additionally trained pool people. They all on enrolled on app called Sarathi app. They will be getting triggered when there is a surge, when they want to come and join the work, everything is there. So app-based training and video-based training on how to handle FIFO, temperature, hygiene, all the things are given to each rider, picker. And there is a stringent audit system of stores, like there is a row in charge, he does inventory control audit, there is an inventory audit happens, end-to-end audit happens.
Okay.
So there is an entire operation with supply chain. Their job is only to continuously keep doing, ensuring that audit is done and FIFO and other things are maintained. Still there will be some lapses owing to millions of orders we do every day. and handling 300, 400 stores is still a challenge.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, like he's already touched upon that 10-minute delivery. Also for you, I think, yeah, similar question, but speed versus safety. Again, I mean, like I think one of the key aspects for all of us to now focus on. And I see a lot of data also actually being generated on this. Similar way, I mean, like, how do you maintain food safety actually when you, because directly when we look at Zepto, it is 10-minute delivery, okay? No other thing comes in the mind. Must be really challenging. How different are you from the BB, and what are the implementations you do it? Just actually a brief knowledge for us.
Yeah, so mostly he had already covered
Yeah,
areas.
yes.
The other areas which I would like to touch base is while defining trade areas of the dark stores, mostly here we can't see food safety independently. We need to get in touch with our tech partners. We need to get in touch with our operation partners. We need to get in touch with the marketings and all the respective departments. Let's say whenever trade areas are getting defined, at that time earlier it was longitude, latitude of particular stores, and 3 kilometers area was directly getting decided on the basis of Google Map and other things. However, it was not, sometimes customers were saying that deliveries are not reaching within the time. In normal part, it's not challenging, but whenever it is a temperature controlled products, either it is hot or cold, this becomes food safety critical kind of a thing.
Right.
When we understand overall part, we work along with lots of team members over there. We understand the challenges, and then areas were getting defined. Earlier areas were getting defined on the basis of Google Maps over there. But after that, we bring about the solution of driving distance. So it's not only on that. Let's say driving area or the trade area might be of 3 kilometers, but it might be taking 45 minutes because of Bangalore like traffic and other things. So we bring about that particular part over there, and it will assure that products are getting delivered within that particular time. Let's say a couple of products we may see needs to be available to the customer which are not temperature controlled. So this listing level enablers or listing level disablers that we bring about over there. That's how we mitigated the risk relevant to the last mile with respect to the food safety and other things. There are other challenges as well at the time of delivery. What is the condition of product? Once it get delivered, customer may say that I didn't get the right kind of a product. It is having different kind of expiry. It is not fresh, or it is expired, or it is damaged.
Right.
So riders are, we made it mandatory for the riders to take a photographs at the time of delivery. Okay, all these photographs are tagged with the actual locations. So the moment snaps are taking in the app, at that time the location as well as timing and entire thing, this will act as a proof of delivery. So the product which we delivered from the store, it is getting rightly delivered at the customer location.
Right.
This kind of a tech enables we have implemented other than what I'm told. And this is what bring about the safety to deliver product within the 10 minutes at Zepto.
Okay. Brilliant. I think, yeah, anybody talks about this thing, they first say Bangalore traffic. And you went through it, right, Amit? And in the morning also the speaker was saying, luckily, but Bangalore traffic actually I was able to reach much earlier. We are very cautious about it, yeah. And they go through the grind. I mean, I understand 10 minutes and all these things actually. So in terms of this new age commerce, whatever is actually coming in now, traffic is actually one of the key contributors, because I always wonder, how do they promise 10 minutes in this kind of an actually scenario? So according to you, food safety plays a very important role there, because see, even if it is a delay in ice cream delivery, it can get melted. And I mean, like they are making sure actually that they send it through a nice insulated bags and boxes, all these things. What is your take actually, or organization like yours contribute on the food safety regulations when it comes to traffic? I know it's a very difficult question, but what is your take?
I would say, like looking at a 10-minute delivery, the possibility of delivering products in 10 minutes, It's also important to look into, like, divide into two. One is perishable and non-perishables.
Right.
And it's very critical to also know the, I think already Shekhar has touched upon the point, how to divide, or when you are distributing the products, and divide the perishable separately, non-perishable separately. Because spillage is one of the issues which customers largely face, because your frozen product is delivered along with the other products. So there, I think, again, training plays a much important role. Then abiding by the regulations, FSSI regulation and other regulations specific to logistics, because we were discussing before, as part of the dark stores, like how much of like inventory, as you mentioned, that inventory management and inventory control is much better in a e-com than a quick com, because obviously here I think speed plays a major role as compared to the logistics within the facility. So all those areas, I think that is needs to be handled much appropriately. And in terms of traffic, I would say we can't really have a say on that. But it's always important to also ensure that the safety of the delivery partner, because we see many of us see that they jump signals to deliver orders on time, and I think there are incentives linked to it. So I think it's also important to incentivize the delivery partner, that the more they're aware about the regulation on how to deliver the product rather than delivering on time, sometimes also play a critical role. I think that is something I believe also needs to be inculcated with the delivery partners, because who are the end deliver the product to the end consumer, and at that point of time, all the efforts which till the time you are storing the product to the time you are delivering product, if it fails, like many times you see even the packet, the bag or whatever the product is being carried, it's completely broken, and then the consumer lodges a complaint and all, or sometimes there's spillage, and even a smaller things are being raised by consumer, because expectations are much higher as compared to when they go to a kirana store or a retail store, because they think that because it's e-commerce, quick commerce, they can easily reach out to the customer consumer care, and they can call them and raise a complaint, and even refund happens immediately. So I think the expectation from, particularly from Gen Z, it becomes much larger to manage as compared to us, where we were also able to understand the kiranas, their challenges and all sometimes. But for a Gen Z, they will say, okay, I paid a price for it, so I should be liable to give the product as best as it can be.
Yeah.
So I think that's important fact.
So I mean, like, just a thought which came, Shekhar. I think when he was speaking, traffic is out of our control, anybody's control. But the proximity in which you also set up the dark stores and also actually is looking at the traffic of the e-com business, what you get, also on the traffic density. Is it right? I mean, like, if I can say that, 10-minute delivery, especially for you, the dark store setup will be on similar basis. Okay.
Dark stores, mostly if you see, traffic is playing the role over there. However, it is again correlated with the population density, where the maximum customer base is available, and obviously there will be the traffic.
Right.
So this is going all together. However, the different slots, as well as couple of time, we also give the real time data to the customer. Let's say even if we are promising 10 minutes delivery, sometimes because of traffic and other things, it may get delayed. So customer may see this directly in their app through notifications or the app update that your delivery is getting delayed over there. But however, let's say if there are the fresh products and other things, mostly it will not get delayed. But for the other parts of the dry and non-food kind of a things, it will get further delayed kind of a thing.
Right. Thank you. So let's move on to the regulatory part. Actually, I think all of us should be involved in terms of making it to happen. Here, one challenge, Anant, is unlike, I mean, like for me, I'm sitting on the easier side, asking questions to you guys. Also on the wholesale offline business, for us, it's much easier because the customer comes, sees the product. Now, in your case, consumer do not see the product at all. And it's solely dependent on actually the assurance of the particular e-com platform. Now, it's very difficult for me. I mean, like, you lose a trust and you also gain a trust, right? I mean, like, yeah, he has delivered in a right way. How do you see that actually in terms of regulatory framework now? The way it is impacting actually the consumer's benefit, also in a way, I mean, like what you can contribute in terms of making it safe to consumers?
From the product's perspective, I think regulation is same. What product should meet the specification, what is the hygiene standard at the production facility, how it should be packed, what is to be declared on the product is regulation same for offline and online.
Right.
So when it comes to online, there are additionally regulations are given how it should be delivered, what is the training required, at any point they can be sampled. So there are additional guidelines are given from FSSA or from legal metrology, what should be displayed in the website.
Right.
So safer side is always show all the panels of the product. So no need to claim anything extra as a e-commerce. We are not liable to claim on the product side that it cures something or something.
Right.
So what is there on the product panel, just display high resolution photos of all the panels so that it's easy for consumers also to go through nutrition value, production details. Only thing is you will not get the batch number and production date, and because it's a common, it's in the inventory you cannot show what is the batch number, what is the pack date, and what is the expiry.
Expiry,
That is,
yeah.
I think it's a given thing.
Yeah.
So apart from that, you can see nutrition value, ingredient list, any claims on the product, everything you will get to see. So that is where it is better to, everybody is showing, so show the high resolution photos of each. So it will be easy for consumers to go through also. On the website, they can compare between products also easily.
Right.
They will come to know what is high protein from one protein bar to other. So I think e-commerce is a better place. They can easily go through each product, compare product, understand also. So it's easy actually. Even if you see any product, you just scan a picture and it will directly take you to website and show what is that product all about. So that is where the regulations is there. Apart from that, for delivery and store hygiene, Schedule 4, additionally we have to maintain.
Okay. I think, yeah, some of them I recently read it also. Maybe I think you guys will be more knowledgeable. Lot of things actually have also been enabled by FSSAI in terms of regulatory frame, but at the same time, you might also be seeing some space which is not touched upon, and then I think as a food safety expert, Shekhar, especially for you, there might be some areas actually which you particularly need a regulatory framework to be available. Do you see such kind of space where you can contribute, and also if there are any regulatory gray areas where actually we can make it much more robust, it also gets help to the food safety professional. Do you see such kind of areas?
Yeah, frankly, I see there are a couple of areas over there.
Okay.
Let's see, I would like to highlight one of the case. Almost 7-8 years before, one of the writer, while delivering biryani, he was eating in between
Right.
place and then delivering it to customer. Who should hold is responsible for these kind of cases?
Yeah.
So it's obviously it is a
Right.
e-commerce platform which is going to do with it.
But there are no regulations for
There
that.
are no regulations to it. Right. Riders are individual contractors for all the people over there. But from food safety point of view, it becomes food handlers over there.
Right.
Right. So the clear-cut demarcation of each and every individual players who are involved in this e-commerce channel, that is the great area of development. That's what I feel. For
Okay.
example, let's say if any of the products got delivered in a damaged condition to the customer. Now, whether it is a delivery partner, whether it is a dark store, whether it is a distributor, whether it is a manufacturer, or all of them together.
Right.
So these are the areas where definitely there are things which we need to develop. Parallelly, from consumer protection point of view, there are different kind of things may come up over there. Let's assume if some manufacturers are asking, share me the details of customer who raised the complaint. From data privacy point of view, whether I can share it or not, these kind of challenges or the different areas of different regulations may come up over there, where we need to have robust kind of a framework. Not only from FSSAI, consumer protection, data privacy, everyone needs to play a bigger role over there to strengthen this overall framework. That's what I feel.
Good. I think maybe if the regulators are there, they're maybe making a point. So Amit, coming to you, I've heard a lot about your organization contributing most on the sustainability as well. I mean, like, yeah, at least their apps now have made it very clear for us. Do you need a bag? And whenever I see a plastic coming in, I think all of us in the food safety professionals also will be very averse of actually taking a plastic box or taking something actually which is. So I think rightfully they have done actually something. Do you need a bag? So I tick it or I don't tick it, and then it automatically comes actually as it is, and then it gets delivered to the house. So how do you see sustainability and food safety regulation, especially in this e-com business, to play a role? I mean, like, do you have some insights actually on that?
Yeah, I think sustainability has a critical role to play. Again, I think I'll go back to the consumer because consumer is the king, as they say, and the Gen Z, they are looking at sustainable products. They are looking at zero waste kind of scenarios, and they are willing to pay an additional, I would say, premium for that in many cases. Not obviously not in a tier 2 cities or tier 3 cities, but in tier 1 cities, yes. So I think some of the areas which already a lot of companies are playing key role is, for example, having a QR code which directly takes you to the from farm to source where it is being from fork to source where it is being sourced for the product is sourced. So those that gives a kind of a transparency in terms of product visibility that your product is safe. Then I think one of the speakers was speaking earlier, like for example, everybody is now aware about the pesticide residue, MRL, everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of practices also household takes place that they dip the product in something say baking powder. They mix it water and then keep the fruits because they think that it has carbide and they are using carbide and that will get reduced if they consume it. So I think on that side sustainability plays a critical role, and that's where I think particularly for perishables like fruit, vegetables, those fruit, vegetable, or even meat, poultry, and all that's very important currently sustainability. Second is, I would say, what kind of packaging is being used, whether it's sustainable packaging or not. So if you see a lot of companies coming up with options giving that you want to use paper bags or you want to use something else, like earlier it used to be there. I think now plastic bags has mostly been removed from the delivery system. And thirdly, if you see companies like Swiggy, Zomato, when during delivery now they have that green kind of delivery partners. They are delivering through EVs, but their challenge becomes again how delivering on time, because many times we see because those vehicles are battery driven, so you cannot deliver really fast, but
Right.
that reduces carbon emission.
Right.
So that is something which I think even sometimes consumers get aware about, and might be at a later point of time they will be okay to have a product which is more sustainable in nature rather than delivering it on time, because that also plays a critical role for the
Yeah,
future
yeah.
generation. I think these are the areas which I think largely are very critical going forward, even in the quick commerce and e-commerce space, which are going to play a critical role,
Right.
key differentiator, I would say, in the industry.
Right, right. So the last segment, so be happy. There's no more grind actually for further, unless the audience actually also want to say something. A very interesting one, I mean, like, I face it every day, the customer related, right? So customer is king. Now, in your case, it must be very, very stressful, yeah, to go through this. And the incidents actually are bound to happen. We cannot actually say that there is no incidents in this. So how do you handle customer complaints?
So we have a robust customer complaint readdressal process. There are the customer can reach to company in many ways. Whenever they get any product not in full or in case of any damage, many of the times they immediately self-service in
Right.
the app only. They will come back within a minute,
Yeah.
telling that this is damaged, this is not received, or this is received less, or whatever complaint, quality is not good. So there is certain amount of amount within that. If it is there, immediately it is refunded.
Right.
If it is if they raise the customer concern or something, we wanted to retrieve that product back, so that we wanted to check and do the needful. So, or they can reach us on the email or customer call center, or we also source data from social media wherever they are doing complaints. There could be possibilities people are raising concerns in Foscos or other consumer forums also.
Right.
So first, whenever complaint comes, we try to immediately attend to the consumer. There will be no questions asked, written policy, and also a refund is there in the maximum of the cases. And particularly when it comes to our own product, private label and other things,
Right.
wanted to get into the root cause of it in case if it is a concern of a quality or a food safety. We work back with our manufacturer
manufacturer.
partners. So our QC representatives are available in most of our own brand products.
Right.
They do complete CAPA actually, root cause analysis and corrective and preventive measures. We take action apart from the, and also we try to monitor what is the trend. So for our own products, every day we plot a chart. What is the total complaints? What nature of a complaint? Whether it's infestation, whether it's a damage, whether it is something to do with food safety or temperature, failure or whatever. So we go back to not only to our third-party facilities. We find any place, any store is having a issue with temperature or something, we immediately highlight to them.
Okay.
So even now we are enabling all the stores with IoT temperature monitoring traceability, so that we will get to know in case of any temperature is going high, immediately the concerned person will get a email or a SMS so that to act immediately. Apart from that, routine audits by QC, there are certain QC at each zones. They will be handling 3 to 4 stores.
Right.
Their job is to timely to go to all the stores, see the temperature or receiving temperature, and also in case of any concerns related to storage and all, they will address it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So Shekhar, for you also, I think what I wanted to touch upon is slightly on the customer side itself. But I think, traceability is one big factor. I think we have been talking from ages about it. For you, I think the digital space, it must be pretty easy in terms of maintaining traceability, because you must be having some digitized tools. So some insights where there is consumer food safety as well, traceability or anything, actually programs like EDP, which is actually really helping you in terms of making this safe to consumers. I think we can just actually brief all the audience about it.
Yeah, so basically in e-commerce or quick commerce era, customers are empowered with lots of things.
Right.
Additionally, in our overall kind of a business model, we are having traceability end to end. The moment customers are raising concerns on any one of the product, e-commerce or quick commerce can trace it back, who is the rider, where it got delivered, what time it started, what time it delivered, from where the material got delivered, which is the manufacturer, what is the batch, what is the expiry, and entire things over there. Not only that, at a couple of stores, we have also installed IoT, as well as each and every order while packing is getting recorded through cameras.
Okay.
So that is also possible over there. Parallelly, this is from the business point of view. From customer point of view, to address customers' concerns, we are having dedicated customer support team who is reaching out to all the available social media platform. Because even though there is a dedicated customer channel to address their queries, mostly with the penetration of this social medias, mobiles and other things, someone will go and post it on the Facebook, Instagram and other things. So our team will dedicatedly go collect the data and try to resolve it over there. Once we get these overall complaints, after that we reach out to the respective stores, understand what is the concern over there, and then try to bring about the overall corrective actions as well as root cause analysis to mitigate this particular risk over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, Amit, very quickly, maybe, do you have some data, I mean, like at least for the consumers, where customer perception on quality and food safety, when you deal with this kind of agri-based products, especially, this is tough, actually. So, do you have some insights or data on how actually customers feel today on food safety and quality
So
when it comes to e-com and quick com?
I think not really. We have not done any specific work on food safety specific to quick commerce, but I would like to highlight, I think, the insights shared earlier, that I think that information is still valid. Like, people are looking at the shelf life, the expiry dates are some of the biggest, I think, challenges which consumers face, and we have seen it in our practical experience as well. Followed by, I think, looking from many times the product which was supposed to be delivered some other, say, a flavor gets delivered, say, for yogurt or something.
Right.
And I think these are the major concerns which currently, and also on the nutritional level point of view, how can even the e-commerce and from the quick commerce can play a role in making the consumers aware that what is the entire process of
Right.
how you can do the redressal process, because many times a lot of customers think that there is no way, and they go and just paste it over the social media, and that creates a lot of challenge and backlashes. Like I think that was not related to food, but I think once there was a challenge which an ice cream operator had a challenge where something was found, and the factory was closed, and even people stopped, a lot of people stopped ordering online the ice creams. So those are the things which consumers need to be made aware of, that they have the thing in their hand.
Right,
They
right.
can look at a lot of areas where they can raise a complaint, and the complaint can get a satisfactory response. I think that's something I think even the e-commerce and quick commerce can look at, because unlike retail, where you have a lot of challenge in the data insights, data analysis, in
Right.
quick com and e-com you have the available data, that who are your repeat customers, who has been buying on a longer basis, what are the product variants, and what kind of, how many complaints, percentage complaints. I think Shekhar and Anant would have much more insight based on their practical experiences of handling customer complaints.
Right, right. I heard from them. Yeah, it's very tough in terms of actually, especially to address these customers. So you guys are all doing brilliant in terms of addressing these customer complaints today, incidences especially. So thank you so much. I think it was very insightful to meet all of you, and also to take out time actually in your busy schedule. I know, I mean, like 10-minute delivery is like, it's very tough. So maybe, I don't know, actually, if we have some time actually for maybe 1 or 2 questions maximum. I see a lot of hands, I can imagine. So maybe I think, quickly we'll pass on the first row first.
Thank you. It was very insightful, but I have 2 questions, especially Big Basket. You are delivering fresh food. How often do you get it tested for pesticide residue, contaminants, and to meet? Because farmer is exempt, right? Once it is in the farmer's hands, he need not worry what he's delivering. But once you have it, you have to go with our residue toxins, that one. And the second question is your delivery. Anyone can answer. You have these canvas bags and these vans. How often do you do testing for microbial contamination of your delivery bags or your vans? Because I have seen many deliveries of Big Basket and thing. And when I see those bags, I would not like to think. So 2 questions. Anyone, please answer.
I just want to add on to that. As per FSSA, food has to be delivered in a FSSA, transport license should be there, FSSA license. In case of e-commerce, 10 minutes delivery, how do you handle this massive issue?
So F&B, monthly wise, we check majority of our fruits and vegetables, which is coming from our own sourcing. So we test for all the pesticides and toxins, heavy metals at reputed NABL certified lab across pan-India. On a monthly basis, top selling articles, and also quarterly for most of the articles we keep checking it, actually for fruits and vegetable. Coming back to organic staples, what we have done at the source, whether it's a mill or a aggregator, or we identify the lot, then we first sample the product, even though they are certified, NPOP certified. We test the product, then only we are moving the product to our facility for packing. So apart from that, staples, as per regulatory norms, yearly twice we need to check, but we make sure that we will check quarterly all the articles at reputed laboratories for all our private label products.
And regarding the bags, bag safety of the bags.
Yeah, we have a crate washer for all the crates which is in the transit. But bags, I have seen only the replacement they do whenever it get toned and whether it's become unusable. And we check on the microbial load actually. That we will take care actually. We'll start doing swab test. Meat all coming in the, actually in insulated vehicles.
Yeah, but those vehicles, you know, I have the mic, because listeria can even grow at 0
Minus,
degree.
okay.
So there is microbial contamination even in refrigerated conditions. So I think you should ensure your vehicles are checked
Okay.
for microbial contamination.
Me-
Microbial contamination is there because most of the foodborne illnesses are due to microbial contamination, handling, etc.
For transport vehicle, we have not checked. If you ask me, meat, it is coming from different sources, like whether it's Suguna, Shanti, it comes as a dressed meat. When it comes to our facility, it is process matlab actually cutting and packing into vacuum packs, then into the secondary packing, and actually supplied in the contra box in chilled condition. So at the end of a shelf life, every month on month, we check for all the products for microbiological parameters and also for antibiotics and growth hormones. So all these things we are checking on monthly basis for all the articles at each level, whether it's Bangalore, whether it's Gurgaon, whether we do it in Mumbai, Delhi. So all our processing center, we are ensuring that all the products are checked for all the microbiological parameters, also as per FSSAI requirements, including pesticides.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will give you one question, but for all the audience, maybe this is the last question. I'm very sorry because we'll have to wind up, and then we have a very interesting sessions also which is coming. And I don't want to, take your lunch away. So let's actually respect this. One last question.
Yeah, thanks,
maybe-
Rini. I'll keep it short. And Ananta, Shekhar, we have been interacting. So I'm Suman. I'm co-founder at 3Eco. We are the largest EV fleet, and we have been partners, at Big Basket also. But one of the things the question is this: that why is food safe infra not part of the competitive advantage of the platform companies? Why don't you go ahead and partner with companies which have invested in putting up infrastructures? Your reliance on gig workers vis-a-vis someone who has people on payroll who are more SOP compliant, who has vehicles which are FSS certified, or dark store which are FSS certified. Why is this being overlooked? Is it because the quality guys or compliance guys are not at driving seat in these companies?
Yeah, basically what I feel that it's not compromising by any way. As you rightly said, yes, there is a chance of bring about the more structured players into the ecosystem over there. But currently when this quick commerce or e-commerce has been started, at that time there were not lots of players. As you were saying, there might be very couple of players as like you who will be supplying all these kind of things with respect to infra, with respect to understanding, with respect to food safety and all that thing. But current infrastructure, I can definitely, if I compare it with the local kirana shops or the other things, I can definitely say that quick commerce or e-commerce are delivering 1,000 times better than any kind of a local place over there. Why? Because let's say this temperature control, what Ananta was saying, this is the first time, in fact, all these boxes for delivering ice creams and other things, this needs has been started once the e-commerce and quick commerce players started delivering cold chain products over there. So it's not like that. Definitely everyone wants to work with the much more compliance suppliers and other things, but the availability, the business perspective and other things, that might be challenging, and in upcoming days when everyone is growing, definitely this will get addressed.
I would not say actually the quality guys will be at the back end, but they will be in the forefront, they will be in the control. But anyway, I think, yeah, he's answered it. We will network actually during the lunch session. Thank you very much. I know, it's not easy. Millions of questions are there with each of them. Maybe when you meet outside, I think you will be the most sought after people. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Panelist members. Thank you, Ananta sir. Thank you, Shekhar sir. Thank you, Amit sir. Thank you, everyone. Please give a round of applause for all our panelist members. Let's have a photo, sir. Please, please. Thank you.